about 5 years ago, 4 or 5, I did a video on my Sonic collection because I did mostly Sonic stuff back then. And, you know, time's passed and, things have grown. We're doing it again! Starting with the games, because we're all gamers here, I'm gonna go in the order of console games, then handheld games, then collections. So, starting off here, we have Sonic the Hedgehog 1. God, the light is terrible on this. This is the Genesis copy. It's not for resale, so it came with a Genesis. Yeah, very cool, very cool. Big old plastic box. Ooh, there's a video game. What, even? After that, we have Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I want to destroy that light up there, but I can't because it's my only way of lighting this. So, yeah, played a lot of this game. It gets a lot of do-hate, to be fair, but it also gets a lot of do-love. It's a very meaty game. There's a lot in here. Every stage has 5 different missions you can do. There's Chow Garden, which is like a full-on, like, game within a game. There's a kart racing simulator in here. Yeah, they put kart racing in this game for some reason. There's a lot in here, and there's a good reason why I played this game for, according to the save file, 60 hours as a kid. So yeah, there's the game, there's the manual. Ooh, manual, whoa, it's a complete game. After that, we got Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut. This game is not nearly as good as Adventure 2, and I'm not just talking about the fact that Director's Cut is a botched port of the game. I actually don't think Adventure 1 is that good. I still, in my heart, I think it's just a Dreamcast tech demo that just so happens to try and be something a bit more than that. It's still fun, but it never really, like, quite jived with me. Which is unfortunate, because I really, really wanted to love this game. And this version of the game, this is not really... I mean, obviously, Director's Cut is the inferior way to play the game, but it does have things to entice you to buy this version. Those things not being in its disgusting disc. Who chose that color? Next up, we have Sonic Heroes with an all-new Sonic. What? It's all new. He's all new, baby. Yeah, this was the first game that Sega made specifically for the 6th generation of video game consoles that didn't include the Dreamcast. So, your mileage will vary. I really love this game a whole lot, more than most people. It's not better than Adventure 2 to me, but I somehow find myself going back to this game more frequently than I do Adventure 2. Just open it up, and it has the manual in there, don't worry. Oh, it even has Sonic Battle promo, which, I did own Sonic Battle, I think when I did this video last, but that's one of the few Sonic games I've sold because I didn't like it all that much. And then going in the complete opposite direction of Heroes, it's Owl the Hedgehog. Very interesting game, deserves a lot more hate than it gets. There's a lot of terrible levels in this game. I am fascinated by it. I don't hate this game at all. I think it's actually amazing. But it's not amazing in a good way. It's amazing in a who decided that they should make a video game like this kind of way. Oh, it's Sonic X. Whoa, look at... He's so powerful. He's beating up Sonic. Wow, he should be the main character. Also, the disc is one of the better ones that the GameCube has to offer. Just get back in the cave. Get in the cave. Shadow, I know you want to break free from chains because you're a teenage rebel, but Jesus. Here we have Sonic the Riders. I still don't know who Hensley is. They were the previous owner, apparently. That's not my name. It's the $4.99. Wow. I really like this game. I understand why people don't. It's very hard to get into. This is a game that believes that if you want to teach a kid to swim, you throw them, like, with an anchor tied to their ankle into the deep end of the pool. There's a lot of... there's a lot to... Yeah, try to keep up. Just try, you idiot. there's a lot to consider with this game, but I still really love it a whole lot and played a ton of it, and I just think more people should love Sonic Riders 1. It's a really good game. And then in the complete opposite end, we have Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, a game that I wish I could love so much more. This may be the game that I wish I loved so much more, because it has so much potential. I love its style, I love its soundtrack, I love its cutscenes, I love its story, and I hate the gameplay. It's Sonic Riders, but it's way more airy and dumb and stupid, and I don't like it. I beat it once and haven't played any races since, despite the fact that you unlock characters like Silver and Blaze after beating the game, but I still don't care. It's not good. And then we have Sonic Unleashed for the PlayStation 2. Yeah, you're gonna unleash your Sonic. It's a game. This is the version I first played. I owned the Wii version. I did own the Wii version. I don't know what happened to that. Maybe I sold it, maybe I lost it. I searched the house and it was not there. But yeah, this is the first Sonic Unleashed I played. And then I got Sonic Unleashed on the PS3, the HD version of the game, which is better than this one. I still like this one, but this one's better. And I really, really like Sonic Unleashed. You know those games that, like, you see things from them, and they make you feel all good inside? That's Sonic Unleashed to me. This is... If I had to choose a game that, like, really made me remember why I like this franchise so much, it would be Sonic Unleashed on either of these. Look, it's the same picture, but with better graphics in this one. What? Next we have what was once loved but is now meh, Sonic Colors! This game does a lot right and a lot wrong. I think people give this game too much crap for its story, because it's not like it's set up a ton in the first place, so I feel like it can be goofier with its writing, as opposed to later games where they set up too much and still have the goofy writing that just undermines everything and just makes you question your own existence. This game actually strikes a good balance, I find. It's quite good. One of the better Wii games you could buy, and it's really well done. There is a major problem, of course, with the fact that most of the stages are 2D side-scrolling action, and the 3D parts are kinda lame, but overall it's a quite good game and a good way to get into the Sonic franchise, so whoop-de-doo. Moving on to the much better video game, not saying Colors is bad, but this game is better, Sonic Generations! I will say this game is at its worst when you're playing through it the first time, but after you've played through it the first time and you're just going back to do the missions and the stages and you already know what to expect from the stages and you're trying to get your best time, this game just skyrockets to being amazing. Just amazing. Really good. Love this game a whole lot. Love all the options it gives you. Love all the stages, the music, the fact that you can customize the way your Sonics play, the custom soundtrack as it's labeled up there. Basically, you do missions and you'll get things from them, missions and red rings, and you'll get things from them, and some of them you'll even get songs from previous Sonic games. You could put whatever songs you get in the stages, and you can play the stages with all the songs. Look, it's Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, a game I wish I had, but don't. Because I'm gonna get it someday, don't worry. No, but yeah, that's the game. Buy it, play it. If you don't, I'll punch you in the gob. Next up, we have a garbage dumpster fire. I do despise this game with a fiery passion. Look at all the fire. That's how much I hate it. So disappointing. Extremely disappointing. We haven't had a Sonic game since this game. Main game, sorry. We had Team Sonic Racing, but yeah, since this game, yeah, things have not gone well. What, a monkey ball outfit? What? Controller skin? Wow! Like, this is not even in the Switch carrying case. I just realized that. I took this game out of my Nintendo Switch carrying case. That I keep all of the main Switch games that we play. There's a lot of spots in that Switch carrying case, and I took this game out because I don't like it just that much. It has a fun character creator. A couple of the Sonic levels are alright, I guess. The modern Sonic ones, classic Sonic ones, can eat me. Just, no, flat out don't like this game. Die. And ending on a more positive note, Sonic Mania Plus! Woo, it's the best special reflective cover! This sticker actually was originally on the plastic wrap that, you know, all games come in, but I took it off the plastic and put it on the cardboard case itself, because I wanted to keep the sticker, because I'm an obsessive nerd. It has a reversible cover. This is the cover it came with at the start, but you see there the cover. There it is. Woo, save 50%. Sonic Forces, ew! And yeah, I chose this cover because it's better. And it even comes with this special Sonic art book full of concepts and ideas. And look, he's right there. There's Sonic! Man, oh man, that was a whole lot of videoing and gaming. So now we're gonna move on to handheld stuff. Here we have Sonic Advance. This game got a slight resurgence of popularity a couple years ago, but it's still very underrated. Love this game a lot, even if its final levels kinda suck. Sonic Advance the Second, easily the best game in the trilogy. Fantastic game. If you don't play this game, I'm gonna have to come to your house and beat you to death with the sharp stick. It's a really good game. Go play. And then another game that I wish I liked more, Sonic Advance 3, so much potential. This game has voice acting, it has you being able to create teams of whatever characters you want. You have 5 playable characters and you can choose whatever combination of characters you want, and they all have distinct names and abilities, and it could have been so much better, but its level design is just disgusting. And I know it's not a video game, but shut up, of course it is. Sonic X, a Super Sonic Hero for Game Boy Advance Video. Sonic Rushes. It's a game a lot of people really like. I think it's pretty cool, but not as cool as everybody makes it out to be. I think people overhype this game just a bit. Found it at my local Target for like $10. This is the video game in the video game case. Wow. And then we have the game that people really should grow to love. The most underrated Sonic game of all time. Sonic Rush Adventure. It's a robot pirate, but don't be put off, because this game is crazy and weird, but I do love it a lot. It's basically the gameplay of Sonic Rush, but with more original levels. It takes place in Blaze's world this time, which is apparently covered by water. It's got a way better story, a whole lot better world building. It's very big feeling for a DS game platformer, and it's super good, and I wish people loved it more. Easily my favorite handheld Sonic game, and may just be my second favorite Sonic game of all time. Probably. And then we have Sonic Colors. It's, well, if you can't tell, it had a very... When I bought it, it had, like, the generic game store case, you know, that type of case, where it's like a picture of the box art in the middle there, and then there's just the title up top and super bland text, and it's, like, super stock, so I decided to make my own, with horribly drawn Sonic, horribly drawn Wisps, Sega, colors. That's supposed to be the space station from the game, and that's Planet Earth. Of course, all of my favorite taglines. Welcome to Eggman's Interstellar Amusement Park. Wisp color powers, perform new moves, be epic with 2 exclamation points. 10-year-old ACS was quite the character, but there it is. There's Sonic colors. We don't need to see that anymore. Oh wait, here's the secret 4th Sonic Rush game that no one talks about. Sonic Generations on the 3DS. It has completely different stages to the console game. I played this version way before I played the console game, and it is vastly worse than the console game. It's still pretty good, but it's an early 3DS title. It doesn't have a ton to it. It tries to have the archival feel that Generations on the consoles has, but doesn't really pull it off all that great. It's fine. It's fine. You can play it, but if you're able to play the console version, do that, please. Yeah. Just, Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. This is a reproduction case. If you don't see, that's why it's super washed out. This is a really good racing game, and I wish I owned the console version, but I only own the stinky 3DS version, which is still perfectly fine, but if I'm playing a racing game on my 3DS, I'd prefer to play Mario Kart, not Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. But it's still a pretty good time on here. Sonic Lost Cause, easily the worst Sonic game I've ever played and one of the worst video games I've ever played. The 3DS version of Sonic Lost World is vastly worse than the Wii U version. I played a little bit of the Wii U version at a friend's house once, and while it's not amazing, it's a far sight better than this. This is trash. I'm sorry to my grandmother who bought this game for me on the Christmas it came out, and I was so happy. This is the only 3D Sonic game on a handheld, unless you count Sonic Forces. Great track record. It's disgusting cartridge. Disgusting. It's not a good game. I could go way more in depth, but I'll save that for never, unless I decide to actually do something about it. Just know that it is a video game with Frozen Factory Act 3 in it, and I think that's all that needs to be said. Look up footage of that level on YouTube. It is the worst ever. Sonic Boom, Pyro, and Freezing. This game is super underrated. The case is crushed. It was at the store that I bought it. I bought it at a Walmart. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's pretty decent. It's the only good Sonic Boom video game. The other two suck big weenie. I own... no, I didn't. I never owned either of those other games. I played the demo of Shattered Crystal, and even as a child, I knew I did not want it. But this game is actually much better than them. So play it, maybe. This is another really underrated Sonic game, and it's going to be one that people have just completely forgotten about, and... well, people already forget it, so... woo! That about does it for the handheld stuff. Let's move on to the collections, because that's how I have played a lot of Sonic games, including some of my favorites. So, Sonic Mega Collection on GameCube. A lot of people really like the GameCube version of Mega Collection. I say no, because the GameCube controller sucks when it comes to 2D video games. And basically all the games in this collection are 2D. That being said, it has a lot of personality, and I think that's what people really like about it. But then you have the much more playable collection, Sonic Mega Collection Plus. It includes all these video games and Game Gear games. If you want those, there are a couple of good Game Gear games, like Sonic 1 on the Game Gear is a decent time. Sonic Triple Trouble is a really great game that nobody ever talks about. Tails Adventure is highly underrated and is it's sort of designed like a Metroid game with Tails. And then there's the rest of them, which are all garbage. But yeah, this is pretty great value. It's a pretty good game. There's your disc. There's your everything else. There's Sonic X again. If you want to watch that show, don't, because it's bad. Next up, we have Sonic The Hedgehog Collection, owned by a K, who, again, don't know who K is, but they're the previous owner of this game, apparently. This game really wants to tell you that it includes Sonic CD. Easily the game that I've spent the least amount of time in out of the 3 that it's advertising here is Sonic CD. I've mostly played this collection to play Sonic the Fighters and Sonic R, both of which are really enjoyable, obscure games. I'm not gonna call either of these two good. I will say Fighters is better than people give it credit for, and R is such a bizarre oddity. It has a weirdly great soundtrack. It has a weirdly desolate, incomplete feel. It's like all the uncanny parts of early 3D video games collided into one, and not gonna lie, I really do love it. Also, there's more Game Gear, and there's even Vector Man 1 and 2 in here, if you want that. Way past cool, I guess. It's a very weird catchphrase. I never quite got way past cool. It's 90s sort of thing. Anyway, here's the best video game, Sonic Classic Collection. The first Sonic game I ever played, and this is how I played the Genesis titles. It includes Sorndick, Sorndick the Second, Sonic the Third One, and Sorndick and Nachos. It also includes Sorndick 3 and Nachos, and Nachos in Sorndick the Second. Basically the lock-on games. And Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles. Still the best Sonic game in my opinion. I could go on for hours. And it's sad to me that I've never played it on the main original console. But it doesn't bug me that much, because I've still played the game, so yeah. Next is the Sonic Ultimate Genesis Collection. I know it's not a Sonic game technically, but look, he's right there. Look at him. This game is great. It's even the greatest hits. A lot of really good games in here. You got a whole lot of really good games that aren't even Sonic. It says that screenshot is from Sonic 2. It lies. That's a screenshot from Sonic 3. It has games like Dynamite Headdy, Comic Zone, Flicky. All 3 of those are really great. Shinobi 3, Fantasy Zone, Fantasy Star. No relation to Fantasy Zone. Fantasy Zone is like a little 2D shooter that's super cutesy, and Fantasy Star is a 4-game RPG epic. But yeah, it's got a lot in here. Invest in this game pronto. It's really good. Also, it has Rise Star in it. Lucky. And then another not a Sonic, but he's right there game, Sonic, not Sonic, Sega 3D Classics Collection with Altered Beast, Sonic the Hedgehog, Puyo Puyo 2, Power Drift, Fantasy Zone 2, Thunderblade, and Galaxy Force 2. The only game that matters is Fantasy Zone 2, as it's right there, because Fantasy Zone 2 is actually amazing. Also, there's Fantasy Zone 2 on the Mega System, and Maze Walker. Master System, Second Master System. Comes with stickers. This game does. Oh shoot, I forgot to show off how it looks in the case. There's the Genesis. There's the classics. And of course, last but certainly not least, what do you think the colors of this disc are? Big up to the person who guessed orange and purple, of all things.
Oh, and also I have Sega Superstars Tennis on the Nintendo DS, but I didn't remember to think about that for the video. Woo!
Alright, that does it for games. Let's move on to plushes. Let's start with all the Sonics I have, because there's a lot. Firstly, we have the Jazzwares Sonic, who's about 5 to 6 inches tall. He was the main Sonic of my series for a very long time. His tag has had all of its text completely rubbed off. He's very dirty. He's been very well loved. His spikes on his back and his tail are completely flat. His spikes are weird. There's this weird thing sticking out of his head. and his nose is flat to his face and leaves an impression on his face. And I love him just the way he is. He's always been there for me in the darkest of times, also known as depression. Here we have the first Sonic I had, the original, who used to be the star of Sonic Plus Adventures for a couple of months when I started the series, before I got this guy, classic Sonic from Great Eastern, who looks even more destroyed. His leg has had to be sewn back on, both of his arms have had to be sewn back together, his crotch has had to be sewn up, so he's been destroyed, basically. And he looks disgusting. I wanted to clean him and all the other plushes up for a very long time. I just haven't gotten around to it. But yeah, a lot of memory with this guy. Used to be able to fit my hand perfectly onto his back and move him perfectly well. Now I can't because my hand doesn't fit. My fingers don't fit between his thumb and hip anymore. But yeah, he used to be by my side at basically all times, minus school, because you don't want to be caught in school with Sonic Plush. That means you're a weenie. Toy Network Sonic the Hedgehog. This was the guy who was the star of Sonic Plush Adventures made by Spin Dash Pro, who was the biggest inspiration to me back in my early days. I don't think I've ever talked about him before, but yeah, you go back and watch my old videos, I ripped him off and stole from him a whole bunch. He's had to have his mouth sewn back together. His eyes are made out of these plastic things, which means that the paint has scraped off because this plush is very old. This plush actually came out at the time of the original Sonic Adventure, but most people remember it for being Sonic X brand. Also, most people remember this plush for being very bad and having the eyes like tilted to the sides and upside down. Mine isn't too bad with the tilting, but it could definitely be better. It should be like this, but instead it's like that. But yeah, Toy Network. Also, these plush came in a whole bunch of sizes. The one that Spin Dash Pro used was like tiny, minuscule, like about this guy size, whereas this guy is quite big. Next, we have the 25th anniversary thick guy, Sonic the Hedgehog. How can he run so fast and yet be so tubby? It's a very chubby plush, very ball-shaped. He's got the dumb hands, the dumb face, the big shoes. I love him a lot. He's actually quite good. He's quite adorable. The Chuckles! That's right, Laughing Classic Sonic from Tomy. They made the Laughing Sonic into a plush. They didn't use the art of Classic Sonic laughing on his card because they're dumb, but here he is. He's a chuckling. He's laughing at your face because you never played a Sonic game. Oh. And then we have the super awesome, super duper Super Sonic, Classic Super Sonic. This is the second plush of Classic Super Sonic that exists. The first one came out in 1997. Was a secret plush in the Sonic the Fighter set, which was already super duper rare, and that plush now retails for about $2,000 to $4,000, so I'm very glad that Tomy made this plush, so it could be easier to obtain. That being said, I couldn't find this plush at any Targets that I went to because people just kept snatching up Classic Super Sonic. I went to about like 5 different Targets, not 5, 10 different Targets, in about 3 different states before I finally found my boy. Here's another Super Sonic, the Great Eastern Super Sonic, another one of the oldest Sonic plushes I have. I owned this guy before I owned this guy, even. I really never used this plush a whole lot in my videos, despite me using him a lot off camera, because how can you as a child not just play with Super Sonic because he's so cool, he's so rad, he's so strong. He's down with the hizzy, as kids apparently used to say back in medieval times. The Booming Sonic. Whoa! With the bandages and the scarf. I like the scarf. The bandages kind of suck, and his face is super derpy. And his spikes are super short. And Sonic Boom is super dumb. But he's a decent design, I guess. Oh, look out, he's so big. Whoa! It's Big Sonic! Yes, he's so big! He was a plush that apparently came with, like, bed sheets, I think? We found him, like a Goodwill? His hand's coming apart. It's supposed to look like that. Oh, no, it's not supposed to look like that. Oh, my God. We're just gonna put him over to the side. No one needs to see his pain. And, of course, I've saved the best and biggest for last. Great Eastern's Magnum Opus? Their 20-inch Supersonic plush. The size of this thing, its head is bigger than my own. Its feet, its foot is about the size of a human face. It's very big. Its nose, here's my thumb, here's its nose. Jesus, I don't know why I bought this. Wait, no, I do know why I bought this plush. I wanted to have some. At one point, I wanted to make Sonic Plush Adventures more action-oriented. You know, right before it died. And so I got this plush because I was like, ooh, it's gonna be a stronger form of Supersonic. He's gonna power up to Supersonic level 5 or something. He's gonna be super strong. I then proceeded to cancel Sonic Plush Adventures and never use this plush. Whoa. We got Knuckles! Another one of my earliest plushes. His thumbs have had to be sewn back together. This one needs to be sewn back on. He's one of the dirtiest plushes I have, but he can still punch, he's still rocking it. Homey classic Knuckles. Still kind of dirty, but less dirty than the other boy. His dreadlocks get in the way of his punchy fists, and his fist nipples are less good than they should be, but it's still pretty decent. And he's got the Nike swoosh, he's got the mad feet, his Knuckles. The Edge Meister himself, Shadoo! Another Great Eastern plush. He has the shoes, which I'm shocked have not, like, completely deteriorated over the years, like his chest fur has. His eye is falling apart over here. But yeah, he's a pretty good plush. If you want a Shadow, this is probably the best Shadow you could ever buy. And we go on to Great Eastern Silver, another one of the best Sonic plushes you could ever buy. His poor eyeballs. First, he lost his future, then he lost his ability to see. Yeah, his eyes have seen better days. I don't know if I could ever fix them. Poor Silver is gonna go blind, but he was always one of my favorite plushes to play with. I do love Silver, the character, quite a bit, and I feel like he's never quite gotten what he deserves, which is decent storytelling. Thank God he's better in the comics, but jeez, Sega, what are you doing? Whoa, look out, it's the Meddling Sonic! What? It's Metal Sonic from Jazzwares. You know, the same company who made this Chuckster made this thing. And it's got its cracked bit there, because that's made out of, like, the t-shirt material, you know, that they use on shirts. It's got jet turbine also cracked there. Its fingers are wild and crazy all over the place. Its legs and limbs are very floppy, but it's a Metal Sonic plush, so I ate it up when I was young. And then we have the way better modern Metal Sonic by Tomy. This is a much better Metal Sonic in every regard, and this is gonna sound so sad, but when I've played with the plushes before, like on my downtime, I always considered this to be an upgraded version of that other Metal Sonic, so he's stronger and able to beat Big Super Sonic over there. Again, very sad things that I've shared today. I could have brought that factoid about myself to the grave. I don't ever play with these plushes anymore, unfortunately, but I used to play with them a lot, and this guy was always the big bad. Chows! This plush can stand up on its own, but it doesn't tend to. Oh no, its wings! Oh, they've been like that for a long time, haven't they? Oh, that's sad. It's got the tag, it's got the adorable colors, its ball is stuck to its head. We used to have the Great Eastern Chow plush, which was also really good, and it was in scale to the other Great Eastern plushes, but we lost that thing, like literally lost that Chow, so this is a newer Chow plush. I have always liked the Chow. I wish they would come back in a bigger role than just being able to drive a car in Team Sonic Racing. Dark Chow! This guy is a great plush. It's dark, evil Chow. They didn't make the hero Chow with, like, the halo, and it's, like, based off an angel. But they made the devil Chow with, like, the devil tail and the devil wings. And again, this was going to be a big, strong villain in Sonic Plus Adventures back when I wanted to make the series more action-oriented, and then I just canceled the series outright. So, yeah, it's kind of pointless now, but he's big, he's really cool, you love him a lot, and he's a plush that you're never really going to get to see again, so... Yeah, Dark Chow! It's Jet the Bird! Whoa, look at him, it's Jetting the Hawk from Sonic Riders. His beak is really big. He doesn't have a mouth. I just noticed that, because his mouth is his beak. Oh. I never really used him in a video. I tried to make a video with him, where I made, like, cardboard airboards for him and Sonic to ride. But the scaling was always off between these two. So I just scrapped that video and never gave Jet a second chance, really. This is Jet the Hawk. And then you probably never knew I had this guy. It's Chaos Zero. Big blue water monster from Sonic Adventure with his brain, his green eyes, and he's big and long and gangly, and he can grab Sonic in his hand and just... He was originally going to be another one of those big villains that I talked about when I wanted to make the series more action-oriented. Again, never came to be, so he's just been chilling out in my room for the past 3-4 years. And of course, how could I forget the greatest Sonic character of all time, Fatty Lobotnik himself, Dr. Eggman, with his glasses and his smile and his nose and his mustache and his apparently not for children under 15 years. Thank God I'm over 15. Thank God I'm 17 now. He's got his buttons, got his legs, his arms with the sleeves that don't cover them up properly, so I always joked that he was wearing old clothes that didn't fit him anymore. And his cape. He's a very good big plush. I always have loved him. And when I was younger, this was a plush that I'd always wanted to have, and he finally came out, and I was like, oh my god, I have to own it. And I did. Never quite understood why his mustache is brown here, but like totally red behind there. It's a weird plush. I made a review of this guy back in the day. And that is all the Sonic plushes that I own. I'm gonna go try and convince my sister to let me grab some of her Sonic plushes so that we can look at them together. Signified by the greatest Sonic character, Garfield the cat. I have my sister here and we're gonna talk about the... Yeah. It's time for plushes! Of the other variety. It's Tails! Modern Tails! Look at...
It's Tails the cat.
You have anything to say about this Tails?
This fluffy.
It's Cream! The Rabbits! We had to buy this plush twice because we lost the other Cream.
Is there something on her eye?
What is that on her eye?
I have
Disgusting! She was cooking in the kitchen and everything went to hell. But yeah, we used to make Cooking with Creams. Again, ripping off Spin Dash Pro, but they were fun. Where have all my series gone?
You've got more original ones, I would hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've moved on to better things, I guess. Yeah, oh, we're not looking at... We're not getting the panty shop.
The ears were sewn.
Yeah, the ears were sewn to the back of the plush. The original one, we actually tore its head and we had to, like, bandage it up, literally, with Hello Kitty bandages. Remember? Yeah. But, no, the second one is a lot more durable, so it didn't break like a little tiny baby.
Bought, but it didn't show up ever.
Right!
Yeah.
God, the Cream that got lost to the ether. We've bought 3 Cream the Rabbits. One we lost, one didn't show up, and this one is disgusting.
I had a dream I don't know if it was last night, but it was recently when we found the
mint, right? The puffle.
I think this is... It's raisin.
Is what? Oh, she's covered in raisins. Oh, that's disgusting. Speaking of disgusting, Rouge. This is Rouge the Bat, the plush.
Did you just say speaking of disgusting?
The character you...
Yeah.
Yeah. She's very orange. Her skin is orange. She's very stiff. Very stiff. Very stiff. Her arm is permanently out.
The only reason she's my plush
ear.
is because she's a girl.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah. We're gonna throw her over with Sonic Forces.
the camera.
Yeah, I don't care. We have Garfield in frame. Do you think I care right now? The Rose. Amy Rose. The
Also, maybe from the same person we got cream.
Really?
Pretty sure.
Yeah, the place where we got most of the plushes. The Supersonic down there, the green bird, Jet the bird.
The bird?
Most of our plushes came from that place, and then there was just the Sonic and the main tail. But these two, the Sonic and tail. Oh! We're back, and we have the aims. As I was going to say, these two chucklers were made by the same company.
One of
But
them is a great deal bigger. But that's...
yeah, they were just two different sizes. They made a Sonic in that size. Our cousin owned that Sonic, which is in the Tails size. But I just got the tiny Sonic.
And I asked for the tiny tails, but
The
her
grandparents
didn't realize that.
It's just, it's
alright.
bigger, therefore it's better. For us.
Not exactly.
Well, we made a video about Tails getting big and he was buff. Let's go back to Amy. She's got the shoes, ties, it's quite good
Yeah,
attention to
one of them
detail.
is untied, so.
It has one single spike, which is accurate. If she could, her dress, whoa.
It poofs a lot.
It's only poof. There's not a lot covering there.
But poof. She also has the same like underwear type thing.
Yeah.
I mean, very nice.
She used to be a pink Sonic back in the day, and then things got weird when her new design came around, and they were like, what? And then Sonic Boom, she actually did stuff and was a competent character. Unfortunately, Sonic Boom is Sonic Boom. So that was a wasted opportunity. On to less depressing things. Big the Cat, everybody's favorite character. If you don't like Big the Cat, you're evil and probably don't even like Garfield. No, I'm sorry. He's in the presence of a superior cat right now. Oh, you know, get out of here. The best cat is here. The eyes, the ears, the chonk, the fishy pole. Used to be like strapped to his arm there.
You can still see the...
Yeah, you can still see. But yeah, he's a chunky boy. Not as heavy as you'd think.
No.
He's got plastic in the bottom of his sandals.
We had a lot of issues with getting it.
Yeah, we did. In fact, this Big did not exist when we wanted our Big. Instead, we wanted this Big, who I forgot to include. This guy is the plush I own. I found him for $30 at my local used game store. He was just there, and I was like, you know what? I wanted this plush so much when I was younger, and so did my sister. So you know what? I'm gonna spend $30 to splurge on childhood memories. By the way, my sister's just snuggling up with Garfield over there. She does not care. It's nighttime. It's not night.
It's not nighttime.
No, it's like
4:27 in the evening.
It's nighttime. It's nighttime. Oh, he's got its pole, fishing pole, not a stripper pole. The fish is just a flat fish.
It's kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
His
fluffy,
ears,
though.
yeah, he's a lot fluffier. Therefore, vastly superior. Thank you for being here. I don't need you anymore.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, get out. Okay. I guess you're just gonna be here while I look at the rest of my garbage.
I am.
Okay, then fine. We'll find the garbage together. So, we have a classic Tales. You've seen it in videos, I hope, if you've watched my videos from years ago. You should do that. You watch the Christmas special. It's still really good. I liked the Christmas special. Yeah.
The best.
But we don't have the Tails here, so, whoa! There he is! Oh my god! Tails the Fox?
Wow.
From Sonic the Hedgehog? What even? Oh my holy ball! Hello. Welcome back. We have figures now.
Uh-huh.
We didn't before. Here's Sonic.
We stole them all.
Yeah, we stole them right from under children's noses. Here's Sonic. His head moves, arm goes.
Backwards.
Whoa!
Oh, okay.
And then his legs just swing back and forth. They don't do anything. Here's Sonic. The chuckles. He's got his big nipple fists.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, what? Oh. Oh, these are both by Tomy, by the way. Yeah, I don't care about the figures. I'm just gonna plop them there. And then we have, we'll save him for later. Oh, he's very, very much luscious. We have the Jazzwares Tails with his stand, not JoJo's. But this figure is a bizarre adventure in its own right. It's a very good figure.
The stomach is a bit weird. There we go. Fixed it.
And we have, or Jazzwares, we have
How many? What?
Super Snicko. He's flying.
He's flying. He's in pose.
Super Shadoo, who
He's
would be
got
flying.
some
Hold on, let me.
like avatar looking striped hair. But it's not blue, so it's not. Ignore everything I just said.
And then we have, my sister broke this figure. How dare you?
Wait, when did I do that?
You were making a stop motion with Super Silver, who was easily my favorite figure out of all of them because his joints were the tightest. He was the tightest boy, and you made him loose.
That sounds like something I do.
Excuse me. Tomy Classic Sonic, but he's sitting. I made him sit.
It's adorable.
He really is. Doesn't sit very well. Then we have the Chuckler, the classic Chuckler, asking for something. What could it be? Money?
No.
Money? Or money? You decide. Get all these children out of the
You
way.
want the big one?
Yeah, we'll talk about Big Boy. So here's Big Boy. He's a 5-inch. I made a big old stop motion with him years ago. I remember you held a Bakugan from a string, and that was a badnik in the air.
Yes.
And I had this toy homing attack him. I launched my entire body at you while spamming the A button on my 3DS camera to take pictures rapidly as I moved towards you. It was a first-person shot of Sonic launching towards a bad guy in the air. And it turned out great. I still like that video despite how bad it is.
I mean, it took a lot of work. So.
It took a lot of work. I had to keep my 3DS on overnight because if I turned it off, it would just save as one video. Yeah. Easily the best Sonic figure I have. This guy, he's super poseable. I put him in this special pose before he was holding a chili dog. He's always been on my nightstand. He comes with a ring. Comes with a whole bunch of alternate faces, eyes, hands, the chili dog, his own special stand. He was $30 at GameStop.
You can take his eyes out.
Yeah, hold on, let's do it.
That's not. Those are his eyes, yeah.
That is the face of nightmares. You put his eyes and mouth back on. Eyes first, then mouth. And then we have the final, figure that I wanted to show off. Tails the Fox from Tomy. Now, he looks short. He looks fine like this. What's on the menu? Look at those luscious, long legs.
I don't know if I even have
He's-
that video up anymore.
No, there used to have a meme. We made a meme of the legs, what's on the menu, but it's tails. He's stepping. I don't know why. I think it's because they're in his Sonic Forces render. He's stepping, But in that render, he also has an angry face. Welcome back! So, yeah. Tails, in the render of Sonic Forces, looks like he has an angry face. That is not an angry face. That is a very smiley face. He's smiling because an alarm on my phone interrupted us while we were filming. No, Tails, you're going with Sonic Forces over there. In the trash pile. And finally, we have all 7 Chaos Emeralds. This one is not colored properly. I don't know what color it's supposed to be, but I do know it's not supposed to be urine. But yeah, I somehow still have all 7 Chaos Emeralds that I got with the Super Pack, with the Super Sonic, the Super Shadow, and the Super Silver. Super duper. That pack costs over $100 now because people really want it. Supply and demand. So next we're moving on to books. We decided we're moving on to books. Here are my 3 favorite Sonic books. The Autobiography of Malcolm X, To Kill a Mockingbird, and George Orwell's 1984. If you noticed, To Kill a Mockingbird still has my notes in it from when I was reading it in class. But no, the actual Sonic books. Before we get into like the dedicated Sonic books, I want to show The Art of Video Games, which has a big ol' write-up about Sonic Adventure. So that's cool.
I love our comments. That's cool.
that's cool. We have the Archie Sonic comic, which ran...
The Archie Sonic?
Yeah, the Archie Comics Sonic the Hedgehog comic, which ran from 1992 until 2016.
Oh.
And it ran without any, like, reboots. It holds the world record for being the longest-running single comic story of all time.
Nice.
And then it was canceled in the middle of a story arc because Sega just decided to not renew the license for whatever reason.
Sega was like, nah.
But yeah, here's the first issue I ever got. I shouldn't show that bit right there.
Why does it have like our address on it or something?
No, but it has where we got it from.
Oh.
It's got good art. It definitely has an aesthetic. It's definitely a weird.
Do people
read.
know what Free Comic Book Day is? You
Yeah,
sound
it's
like it's a normal thing.
because it's a day where you go to the comic book store and say, "I desire books, filthy children." Like this one, Sonic the Hedgehog. All is revealed in Sonic Comic Origins. What even? And there's a Mega Man X comic on the back because the Archie, they did both a Sonic comic and then they started doing a Mega Man comic. Speaking of the prelude to the Worlds Collide story, shoot, it only works if you do like this, doesn't it? Yeah. But yeah, it's 2 comics in 1. We have 2 of those. We have another one of the comic Origins, and then we have 2 copies of Sonic Sampler. And then we just have the actual books, including Sonic Archives Volume 9. I don't know why I got Volume 9. I think it's because the cover looked pretty great. Because, honestly, how can you not? Look at that cover and just go, what the ever-loving hell. It's full of the weirder stories from the early days. Just totally, it's bizarre. It's extremely interesting reading. Enthralling.
I have not read like any.
No. And then we have Sonic Select Book 2. I chose it because it has Mighty, Mecha Sonic, and Super Sonic, and Hyper Knuckles. And of course Hyper Knuckles, when Knuckles gets super, he turns pink. Because pink is a strong color. Tough guys wear pink, okay? Here's Sonic Genesis. Not the game, thank God. But yeah, it's their 20th anniversary event. Basically an adaptation of the first 2 Sonic games, but using their characters. And it's a very interesting story. I've read it a lot, so that's why you can tell it's damaged. And then we have Sonic Universe, The Shadow Saga. It's a very cool comic. There's Marine the Raccoon from Sonic Rush Adventure, the game I said that was really good that nobody cares about. Oh yeah, the famous 2 panels. Yeah.
I remember her.
It's very famous 2 panels where she basically says, well, I may have accidentally destroyed the one thing that could get you home. And that's his reaction. It's very good. It's very good. Get all these books out of the way. Oh god, it's actually heavy. You lift Sonic. After Archie went die,
After Archie
committed die, a brand new comic company got the rights to make a Sonic comic, and this one follows the game lore more closely. It takes place after Sonic Forces, and it's actually really good. And it's called Sonic the Hedgehog. It just has the same name, but it's so people call it IDW Sonic. I paid for this issue when it first came out. It's one of the only comics I've ever paid for. Yeah, just look at all the...
pays for comics.
It's got this fan section in the back, including Metal Big the Cat, this beautiful fan art,
You showed me about
and then this Amy cosplay, and then classic Sonic Shadow and Rouge. Classic Rouge actually looks better than normal Rouge. It's more bat-like. Jesus. Come on, Saito, do better. And then we have issue 2, which is better than issue 1, and actually made me very happy. And then after that, I was like, I can buy more and make worse decisions in life, and buy issue 3, and 4, and 5, which is still in its plastic case. After that, I had felt out of it because I just didn't have money anymore.
I didn't buy it because I couldn't.
I didn't buy it because they were coming out weekly, and I'm a dopey child who doesn't have $3 every week.
Me too.
No, $4! Whoa! We live in poverty. We live in squalor. But I apparently did have $12 to buy this sealed copy of issue 3 with this cover, which is really cool. And then we also have the Tangle and Whisper spin-off featuring these 2 characters from the comic. They're really good, these 2. And then we have the annual, the Sonic annual, with everyone. Everyone is here. Things have gone further. It also has this really nice piece of art. Look at that. That's good. The character reference for this character. That. And then the fan section, filled with weird-looking Sonic and Tails, weird-looking Sonic and Sonic, and weird-looking Sonics, but everywhere. Welcome to the miscellaneous section where I question why I have some of these things. Like Sonic X, the DV double shot. Heads up, Tails! It's 2 episodes of Sonic X that I could watch if I'm an idiot and feel like hurting myself physically for a little while. I used to enjoy Sonic X, but then again, I was 10. So,
Yeah.
then we have Shadow and Omega Hockey, which,
Yeah, turn it on. Oh?
what? Oh, it was working before. Oh, it was... Yeah, it works, but barely. The sound used to be a whole lot better, and it wavers. The sound wavers. Also, all the hockey pucks have the McDonald's logo on them. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. We have another fast food promotional item. Upside Down Super Sonic.
Obviously.
This was, at, I think, Arby's. Yeah, it was Arby's. That had these weird things at the time of the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, and we just came out of the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. and I wanted something Sonic because I was in the Sonic mood, and I got this thing.
You and I celebrate inspiration in very different ways.
Yeah, and yet also very similar ways sometimes. Sonic the Hedgehog patch. This one is really cool, and you can tell it's cool by the fact that I haven't used it.
Yeah.
I'd love to apply it to something someday, but I'm like, ooh, I don't want to get it stuck to something I'm not gonna wear anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting for the day that I finally like, get a jacket and go, you know what? Now's the time. Time to play Sonic. No, Sonic!
I'm still waiting to get a jacket that I'm just gonna cover with patches.
Yeah.
That's a goal that I have.
On to more Sonic apparel. Support Tails buttons.
Or Tails buttons.
I've said it before. Tails' voice. The more I hear it, the more
yeah.
but the more I hear it, the more it sounds like Tails is like a 6-year-old chain smoker.
That was your direction.
That was my directing decision. I thought Kate Higgins' Tails voice was raspy, and I was like, you know what? We should make it worse. Because her voice isn't really that raspy. I think I was more basing it off of, God, what's the 4Kids voice actor? I don't remember what the 4Kids voice actor was, but yeah, here's the Sonic the Hedgehog watch. Comes in this nice case, tin. It spins. His eyes have yellowed significantly because I wore this for real. I actually wore this watch to camp. See, it's like holographic inside. Wore this watch to camp, and I spun the Sonic so much that I actually spun it out. And yeah, I was at camp, and I spun it out. I caught the tiny screw, and I screwed it back in by hand. By using my fingernail. I used my fingernail as a makeshift screwdriver to put it back together. I'm a genius.
I had a cat necklace that had a paw that would move back and forth. I got it so loose that it fell off, but I didn't even realize when it fell off, so you did better than me.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
On to the only one of these that I own, the Funko Pop Sonic with Ring. I don't own any other Funko Pops. I don't like Funko Pops. I don't care for them. But I was angry. I wanted something on Free Comic Book Day, and nothing in the store was appealing to me, and I was like, you know what? Fine. I'll invest in the Sonic Funko Pop. And I've just, like, had it for a good long time. It's been in a couple videos. I don't care for it.
I feel like you're the type of person to do a retail therapy.
Retail therapy?
It's just buying a bunch of stuff to make you feel better.
That's sad because it's accurate. Speaking of sad, this bizarre mug that I got for Christmas one year. Super weird,
sad.
It's tilted. Sonic is tilted, okay? He's angry. But, you know, he's like kicking a football or a soccer ball if you're American, like us. Go filthy Americans, I guess. It looks like Sonic's ear is the handle.
I think it's just so that, like, you can have your hand and be holding it and it not be, like, tipping over.
Yeah. I keep bootleg Pokemon figures in here now. Yeah. Oh, go get my Sonic glass from in the...
Go get my Sonic.
Yeah, the Sonic glass
I know,
from inside of the bathroom. We only professional video creation here, folks. Only the best, okay? But yeah, here's the Sonic the Hedgehog glass. Ew, it looks disgusting on the bottom.
That's what I said.
Oh god, it's filthy. You know what? This is gonna go in the dishwasher tonight. Oh yeah, it's a Sonic glass. You can see the water within. It's cool. It used to have a gold straw, but that got lost. So I just used this black straw. Yeah, a lot of the straws to a lot of these glasses we don't get lost. And that would be the end for the miscellaneous stuff if it weren't for the fact that I don't know when to stop. So, some of you may remember this, but when Sonic Mania first came out, there was not a physical copy of Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania was a digital download-only game that was $20. Or you could spend $70 to get this, the Sonic Mania Collector's Edition. A physical collector's edition for a, at the time, digital game. If we open up the mini fridge here. Oh, we should probably look at the box. It's a big box. It says welcome to the next level with Eggman on the side. Has a big write-up about how 2D Sonic is back and all the things that you can do in Sonic Mania. Pretty great. It's a good game. And then there's Sonic on the side with Sonic Mania. You open up the mini fridge and get a couple of things, including this. Feel free to use the code because it won't work. I used this to download Sonic Mania back in the day. Back in the day, this was the closest thing you were getting to a physical thing for Sonic Mania, so that's why I kept that. You get the metallic collector's card. Sonic there. Oh, and of course, the thing that I used to trick people into thinking that you could get a physical copy of Sonic Mania on the Genesis, the Sonic Mania Collector's cartridge. It has detailing of what a Genesis cartridge looks like on the bottom. There's the handle on the back, but what it actually is a container for a real 24-karat gold ring. It is pretty heavy because it's an actual, real golden ring. And of course, the biggest item that you got with the collector's edition was the giant Sonic statue of Sonic standing on top of a Model 1 Sega Genesis. So here we have some Sonic tags to various things I've owned. We lost my sister. She's down. She's going back to her room, and you're not going to see her again, unfortunately. So hope you liked her while she was here. But yeah, here's the tag to the Metal Sonic plush, not the Jazzwares one, the Tomy one. Here's a Great Eastern Sonic plush tag. This was on most of their plushes. There's the classic tag that was on all of their classic plushes, another one of the standard tags. Then they had these tags on their plushes. Then there's the Tomy Classic Knuckles tag. This tag was on the Toy Network Sonic, you know, the one with the green eyes that are like plastic. The Supersonic tag, this was like a special Great Eastern tag. It was not actually on the big Supersonic, it was on the old Supersonic that I have. Like the one that's like standard size. And then these that are Sonic the Hedgehog socks. Which of course leads us into the final bit of the video. As for clothes, I have this Sonic shirt, which is absolute trash, and this Sonic shirt, which, as you can see, I've very clearly worn. Yeah, sure I have. And that about covers the entirety of the collection. It's a lot, and this was quite the big project to achieve. And, you know, looking at it all now, it's actually pretty impressive. I mean, sure, I've indulged a bit much in some cases. Like Supersonic. But, you know, some of these things are pretty cool. Like the comics there, the games there. And, you know, looking at all this, it does give me a sense of warmth. I know it's a bit weird to say that, considering this is mostly just plastic stuffing and paper, but it's neat. I like it a lot. It's something that I can find passion in and enjoyment in, and all of this is just bringing back a whole lot of various memories that are attached to these things. And honestly, that's sort of what all collections are, really. You don't need to have them. They're basically just stacks of wants and dreams that are very personal to the collectors involved. That's a beautiful thing. Obviously, I haven't been into this franchise as much as I could be in recent days, I mean, I didn't even buy Team Sonic Racing at all. But, I don't know, I want to keep hope. I want to hold out a place in my heart for this franchise, because I'd love to really come back to it. And looking at all this stuff reminds me that I do really legitimately enjoy this franchise a whole lot, and I hold it very dearly. I obviously care about this franchise a fair bit. Heck, this video isn't even technically super comprehensive. I have all these posters on my walls, like this one, and then this one over here, which is a parody of an Obama poster. Nothing political, I swear, it's just I thought the image was funny, so I printed it off and stuck it on my door. Also, I have a weird Sonic costume, but I don't know where that is. It was in the last collection video, but I couldn't find it for this one, and now I'm sad. Also, it doesn't fit me anymore, I guarantee. In the end, though, I do really love this series. I understand that some people don't, a lot of people don't, and I understand why a lot of people don't really jive with this series, but I do. I really do enjoy my silly, mistake-making, but ultimately well-meaning series. Because of all that, this collection, it's the tiny ACS stamp of approval. Wait, is this a thing now? Is the tiny ACS stamp of approval gonna be like a thing now? God, I hope not, 'cause it's kinda lame. And with that, I thank you all for watching this video. On the video itself, you'll see some suggested videos and playlists that I'd enjoy it if you check them out. And I think you'll enjoy them too. Go give those some love. And everyone, have a great rest of your day, have a great night, and take care.